looking like this? Tell me, am I looking like this? No, not at all.
Hey, what's going on, you beautiful people? My name's Ty-Dye. I hope you guys had a pretty awesome date today. My day's been pretty awesome so far. So today is going to be a little bit of a less edited, more of a chit-chatty kind of commentary. Today was a pretty big milestone in my life, and I kind of wanted to sit down and sort of get some thoughts out of my mind and share them with you guys. In the future, I'll probably make more in-depth videos on these, just more commentaries talking about specific topics I'm going to bring up here. But today was a big day because it was my first day where I was done high school. I have now finished high school. Yesterday was my last exam. Tomorrow or the next day is my graduation, and I should probably figure out which day that is, but it was just like, I'm done now. I have finished everything, you know, and it's weird because in life, for the most part, during your early years, you know, you're set up with elementary school or middle school or high school and preschool and all that stuff, and you're set up with sort of a linear path as to what to do next. You know, this is that, do this after, and essentially now that I'm out of high school, that path is over for me because in the field of work that I'm going to, which is game design and game development, there is no set path because for a lot of careers out there, there are programs in college and university that you can sort of choose to go to, and it's going to make your chance of getting to that workplace a lot higher. And I'm not saying as easy as sort of going to a program, graduating, and getting that job, because I know in a lot of cases, especially in the modern day, it's a hell of a lot more difficult than that. There's a lot of extra things you have to do. But say you want to be an accountant, there are programs specifically designed, wow, I can't speak, specifically designed for becoming an accountant. You know what I mean? Like there's sort of a set path, even though there's a lot of extra things you have to do, that are going to prep you for getting that job. Now, though there are special courses for being a game developer or a game designer, it's a little bit different than that because for the next 3 years, I'm going to be going over to a college and learning all the cool things about game design. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but at the same time, I don't need to do that. What I could do is I could take the next 3 years off and sit at home and learn the stuff online. I could essentially just start making games right now and learn as I go. I could do a bunch of different things. I could try and, you know, find someone in the industry to try and teach me everything. There are so many different ways that I could learn how to do this and get into the industry. It is insane because there is no longer for me a set path, which is a good thing. I feel like school forcing people to all do the same thing has its flaws. And like I said, I'll probably talk about this in another video because I kind of want to bring up, you know, my overall thoughts on high school now that I'm done with it. But I understand that that has its flaws, and the fact that I can do all these different things is great. But like I said, there is no set path and there's no one way to do something, which is a good thing, but it also comes with some bad parts because for me, it is totally just a blank slate. I could go to school, and this is one of my biggest fears, and I don't think it'll happen, but it's just sort of something that I think about because it could happen. But I could go to school for 3 years here and essentially graduate, but because that diploma doesn't mean anything in this field, I could still not get a job after working for 3 years trying to build my portfolio. And that's weird for me because I know that can happen in other jobs, but this is a job where they only hire you on, you know, your skill level, which I love that because for me personally, I hate being told that my time is worth a certain value. And that's why I don't really want a traditional job. Like there's a ton of reasons why I want to get into game development, but this is one of the main reasons. You know, when you have a job that's like, I don't know, $20 an hour or something like that, which would be awesome for me because I'm getting paid significantly less than that at my job. But say you're getting paid $20 an hour, that's just the employer saying, hey man, your hour is $20 to me. And I don't like that. The reason I want to get into the sort of art field of game design is because it's like your work to me is valued at this level. And I understand that you're going to be working hourly, hopefully. I don't really want to do freelance, so hopefully hourly. But at the same time, you're going to get paid more if your art is better. And I like that. I like that people are going to pay me based on my work and not my time, which is pretty cool. There's a few other reasons I want to get into it. Obviously, I love games. Like, I've always grown up with games. And one of the main reasons I want to do it is because, you know, when you're growing up, maybe you guys didn't get the same feeling, but when you're really excited for a new game to come out, maybe, you know, you ask your parents for a game on Christmas, or you pre-order something and you're waiting for it, or you go into a store at a midnight release and you finally get your hands on a game. Like for me, that would have been, I don't know, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I remember just like saving up and waiting for that, or Black Ops 1, or just games like that, and that feeling of excitement you get. Like if I could give that to someone, that would be the coolest thing. And like I said, I love playing games. I'm loving the art side of making that, and just sort of doing it for a career would be amazing. I know there's a ton of hard work, but I just, something about that, like that's what I want to do, and I'm so excited that I get to go out and do that. And for some reason, people, they have a very, there's two sides to when I tell people that I want to go into this field, and it's very interesting because some people say like, wow, congratulations, you know, good for you for going after your dreams, and then some other people will just sort of go like, oh, game design, that's cool. And both of those kind of rub me the wrong way, and I know one's clearly better than the other, but I'll explain what I'm talking about. So the first one, like I said, people go like, wow, good for you for chasing your dreams. For me, that's confusing because in high school, I think a lot of people aren't. A lot of people aren't doing what they actually want to do. You'll ask someone what their dream job is and then what they're going to go do, and they're two completely different things. And for me, that's mind-boggling. I don't understand why you're not going after the dream that you want to, accomplish. And I'm probably going to make a whole video on this, but just to sort of say it quickly, like, you only have one career. I mean, yeah, you're going to have tons of different jobs, but you're only really going to have one very good opportunity to go to school at a young age when you have a lot of flexibility and a lot of choices to go and set yourself up for a good career. And like I said, you can go to school at other times, but this is like the easiest time to do it. And why wouldn't you take the opportunity to do exactly what you want? If you wanted enough, I mean, this is what you're going to be spending the rest of your life pretty much doing. Why wouldn't you set it up to be something you want to do, right? So that's why I'm doing this. That's what I want to do. If you're not doing exactly what you want to do, that's cool. I get that, sort of. But I mean, if you're doing it just for the money, you're gonna get burnt out so fast. And the other response that people are saying where they're like, oh, game design, that's cool. It still mind boggles me. And I really don't want to come across as like really cocky here, but like games are the biggest growing form of entertainment ever. They're the biggest growing medium ever. They're more popular than books, movies, music downloads, like stuff like that. Like, they're the most profitable form of media. That's what I'm trying to say here. And the fact that people still look at it and go like, oh, that's kind of cool, it's just sort of weird. It's just the industry is kind of underdeveloped, and I guess they are a fairly new medium, which just sort of gets people rubbed the wrong way in a sense. But both of those are just sort of like, oh, I'm proud of you for chasing your dreams, which is awesome. I love when people say that, but I want everyone to chase their dreams, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. And then when people don't understand it, I'm just sort of like, I don't know. I wish I could explain to people exactly why I'm so passionate about games, but I don't know. It would take a while to sit people down and explain that kind of stuff, right? So I don't know. It's going to be interesting for me for the next 3 years doing that. And it's very interesting as well because for the next 3 years, it's going to be a completely fresh start for me. I'm moving out for the first time. Like, I've been staying at my same house since grade 1. Like, before that, I was, from when I was born to kindergarten, which I don't really have too many memories obviously of. I was at a different house, but then from grade 1 to grade 12 here when I'm graduating, I've been at the same place. And to be moving out, especially to a college where I don't know anyone, because no one from my school is going to this place, that's very interesting to me because I don't know anyone. It's a completely fresh start. Like, I need to go from scratch, and I really hope I'm not like the awkward roommate guy, because I don't know, I'll probably mess something up at some point and everyone's gonna think I'm weird. But if not, that'll be awesome because fresh start, new faces, new people. There's so many cool things that I want to try. Apparently they have like a Super Smash Bros. Melee club, like an esports viewing club, like stuff like that, where you can just sort of finally meet people that you're super, similar to, which is great because in high school you meet a lot of people, and a lot of people have similar interests to you, but I never really joined clubs because none of them interest me. But to finally see things where I'm like, wow, I can see myself going there and meeting people that are also interested in the same things as me, that is awesome, and I'm very looking forward to that. And just a fresh start in general. It's intimidating, but it's cool, and just living on my own away from everyone and saying goodbye to everyone is kind of odd. Like, I don't know how to handle that, like saying goodbye to everybody, my family, my friends, everybody I've known, at least until I come back in a couple of months to visit and stuff like that. Like, that's kind of weird to me. It's going to be something hard to get used to, but for the most part, for the next 3 years, it's just going to be sort of me focusing on me, which is cool because I'm finally going to be taken seriously for the things that I want to do. I've been doing design and a little bit of 3D modeling and a lot more serious 3D modeling for the past couple of years, and for the most part, I mean, my friends have supported it, you guys have supported it, but like, as far as like family goes and like as far as people sort of view it, it's just sort of like, oh, that's a cool hobby, and no one really pays too much attention to that. It's just sort of like, oh, that's kind of cool, you do you, man, that's pretty sweet. And I feel like now that I'm finally able to do this, it's going to be taken more seriously. I mean, one of the things that I really want to do, and this is going to sound weird, and I might have to explain this a little bit when it comes out, but like, I really want to make something, something 3D or in a game or something where I make it and my parents are just like blown away, because when they look at this stuff, they say like, oh, that's kind of neat. They don't pay a lot of attention to it. Like, they're supportive of it, but it's just sort of like, whatever. game design. But I want to make something where they're just sort of like, holy shit, that is crazy. And I can't wait to go to college to finally be able to do that and just sort of blow them away and go like, wow, that's really cool. I also want to do that for myself, obviously, but you know, just sort of prove to people that it's not a waste of time to kind of do this stuff. And I really just want to show people that there is a lot of cool things that you can do with this stuff. And I want to make people happy by making games. I want to make myself happy. I want to prove to people it's not a waste of time. And I'm just super excited that I'm out of high school and I'm just able to do what I want to do now. For the first time, I'm able to do what I want to do, and I don't want that to come across in the wrong way, because I feel like in high school or any stage of your life, especially when you're younger or when you're very old, you can do whatever you want. We live in this time now where the internet allows anybody to learn anything at any point. I started doing some of this design stuff and making money off of it in like grade 10. I mean, there are people I know in elementary school and middle school who are making money off of their designs. There are people who are designing websites at an extremely young age, and people who are super old and learning this stuff from scratch. Like, there is no limit to what age you can be and learn this kind of stuff. So I want to encourage you guys to, you know, if you want to do something, go out there and learn it. But for me, this is cool because I'm going to be surrounded by people, and this is the most important part, for the first time in my life, who are like-minded and want to do the same things that I do. I've never really been a big sports guy. I've never really joined a lot of clubs. I've sort of always been doing this thing by myself. But to finally be surrounded by people who are like-minded and want to do the same thing as me, to me that is amazing. And I can't wait to do that and meet some awesome people and get things done with people and work as a team for the first time in a very long time. Probably the last time I worked with a proper team was when I was doing hockey back in like grade 5, and even then I didn't like it. So this is going to be an awesome experience. I can't wait to do this. I've been rambling now for about 12 minutes, so I should probably wrap this video up. There's just a lot on my mind. Like I said, I'll break this up into other videos down the line. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. I just wanted to get this off my chest and just talk about it. High school's done. And that is a crazy, crazy thought for me. The future is going to be exciting. There's a lot of cool things that I'm going to be able to do. Thank you guys so much for listening, though, and it's exciting to see where I'm going to take this. Hopefully you guys follow me with where I go in the next couple of years. But once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Any support on this video would be great, but just the fact that if you listen this far, that would be awesome. Just, that's incredible. But like I said, guys, my name's been Tie-Dye. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.